Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Welcome
Welcome
back,
back,
baby.
baby.
You
You
know
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying?
Episode
Episode
two
two
of
of
BZ
BZ
Off
Off
Script,
Script,
man.
man.
Season
Season
two.
two.
Got a
Got a
lot to
lot to
talk
talk
about
about
tonight,
tonight,
man.
man.
First
First
things
things
first,
first,
though.
though,
Make
make
sure
sure
you
you
hit
hitting
that
that
like
like
and
and
that
that
subscribe
subscribe
button.
button.
Do
Do
your
your
job.
job.
You
You
got a
got a
job.
job,
I
I
got a
got a
job.
job.
That's
That's
yours.
yours.
And
And
my
my
job
job
next
next
is
is
to
to
introduce
introduce
my
my
co-host,
co-host,
Big
Big
Bro.
Bro.
How we
How we
doing,
doing,
baby?
baby?
I'm feeling good, man. Finally glad to be doing another episode with you, bro. I know we've been
Yeah.
Yeah.
going through some stuff, but feel good to be back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just to
just
give
to give
everybody
everybody
a
a
quick little
quick little
synopsis,
synopsis,
man.
man.
We're
We're
about
about
4,000
4,000
miles
miles
away
away
from each
from each
other,
other,
man.
man.
Baltimore
Baltimore
and
and
San
San
Diego,
Diego,
respectively.
respectively.
So
So
between the
between the
time
time
shifts
shifts
and
and,
full
full
time
time
dad
dad
there,
there,
full
full
time
time
dad
dad
here,
here,
sometimes
sometimes
it's a
it's a
little
little
difficult
difficult
to
to
time
time
things
things
up, but
up,
we
but we
definitely
definitely
going to
gonna
be
be
making a
making a
couple more
couple more
sacrifices here
sacrifices here
moving
moving
forward to
forward
get
to
more
get more
consistent for
consistent
you
for you
guys,
guys.
It's a fact.
and
And
everything
everything
like
like
that.
that.
But
But
like I
like I
said,
said,
plenty to
plenty
get
to get
into
into
today,
today,
so
so
let's not
let's not
waste any
waste any
time.
time.
Um,
Um,
Parlays,
Parlays,
man.
man.
the
The
Let me
parlays,
get me
parlays,
some bread.
the
the
parlays
parlays
aren't
aren't
safe,
safe,
man.
man.
Uh,
Uh,
you
you
got the
got the
FBI,
FBI,
investigating
investigating
right
right
now, at
now, at
least the
least the
NBA
NBA
for
for
some,
some,
we'll
we'll
just
just
call it
call it
It's
tampering.
getting
tampering.
spooky. It's getting
We'll
spooky.
We'll
call it
call it
what
what
it
it
is,
is,
tampering.
tampering.
One of the
One of
You
the
think
things
things that
Chauncey? You think Chauncey? So is there out there that Chauncey's deal is betting? Because I heard it was like some poker stuff.
so
so
far
far
I've been
I've been
doing as
doing as
much
much,
research as
research
I
as I
can
can
on it,
on it,
and
and
I've
I've
gotten
gotten
both
both
sides of
sides
the
of the
coin with
coin with
Chauncey,
Chauncey.
um,
Um,
based
based
off
off
what
what
I'm
I'm
assessing.
assessing,
I feel
I
like
feel
it
like
might
it
have
might have
started
started
Chauncey
Chauncey
with the
with the
games
games
actually
actually
basketball, the
basketball, the
sport,
sport,
and then
and then
Uh
perhaps he
perhaps he
might have
might have
come
come
into
into
some
some
debt
debt
or
or
something
something
else
else
like
like
that
that
with the
with the
wrong
wrong
people,
people,
because
because
his
his
name is
name
the
is the
one
one
that's
that's
attached
attached
with
with
the
the
Italian
Italian
crime
crime
families.
Right,
families.
right, right.
So
So
perhaps he
perhaps he
got in
got in
bed with
bed
some
with
of the
some of the
wrong
wrong
people,
people,
owed them
owed them
some
some
money, and
money, and
now he
now he
had to
had
do
to do
some
some
extra
extra
work,
work,
maybe
maybe
work the
work the
off
off
season, if
season,
you
if you
will,
will,
to
to
do
Uh huh.
do
the
the
to do
to
the
do the
illegal
illegal
poker
And
poker
games that
games
he
that
was
he was
doing.
doing.
But it
But it
was
was
he
he
was
was
involved with
involved
some
with some
basketball as
basketball as
well.
well.
And then
And
of
then of
course you've
course you've
got
got
Terry
Terry
Rozier,
Rozier,
who
who
2 years
2 years
ago
ago
was
was
brought
brought
up
up
under
under
investigation for
investigation for
something
something
like
I
like
this
this
remember Terry.
by the
by the
league. Now
league.
you
Now
got
you
the
got the
FBI
FBI
confirming
confirming
that,
that,
even though
even
he's
though he's
still
still
been
been
playing the
playing the
last two
last two
years.
years.
Right.
You
You
got
got
Damon
Damon
Jones
Jones
and what
and what
came out
came out
about
about
him
him
and the
and the
You know
relationship
relationship
he
that
that
he
he
has
has
with
with
LeBron.
LeBron.
So
So
and
Damon
to,
it's
Jones full of shit, bro. Everybody know about Damon
and,
Jones.
and to
and to
me, it's
me, it's
just the
just the
tip of the
tip of the
iceberg,
iceberg,
man. To
man.
be
To be
completely
completely
honest with
honest
you,
with
you
you, you
can't
can't
tell me
tell
that
me that
this
this
league,
league,
the
the
only
only
three
three
people
people
that you
that you
have,
have,
to
to
ring
ring
up
up
on this
on this
type of
type of
deal
deal
is
is
Chauncey
Chauncey
Billups,
Billups,
Terry
Terry
Rozier,
Rozier,
and
and
Damon
Damon
Jones.
Jones.
Damn, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm,
So
I'm
is
not
it
I'm
like
I'm
not
not
buying
buying
that.
that.
so I'm gonna ask just this question. Is it morally wrong to do that? Like, I ain't gonna lie. They might have caught me because if I'm playing in the league and I know I'm not gonna play tonight,
Uh,
Uh,
and you hit my phone like, bro, 12 points, what you talking about? I'm gonna be like, bro, like, it's hard. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I think it's we need to know what that gray area is. One, two. Uh, I really feel bad for Malik Beasley because Malik Beasley didn't he get cleared,
Yeah.
yeah,
but he's lost a lot of money just being investigated. He was negotiating, I think, with Detroit. He still don't
Hmm.
has a job.
And
I'm
it's
and
gonna
kind.
be
it's
It's a
gonna be
gray
it's
it's
gonna
area.
be
gonna be
it's gonna
it's
be
gonna be
tough
tough
for him
for
to
him
get
to
a
get a
job
job
now
now
too,
too,
because
because
guilty are
guilty
the
are the
parties
parties
of
of
men
men
that
that
do
do
similar
similar
things.
things.
So
So
Yeah.
you
you
having a
having a
background in
background
this,
in this,
whether you
whether
were
you were
cleared or
cleared or
not,
not,
now it's
now it's
coming out
coming
that
out
this
that
is
this
the
is the
actual
actual
thing.
thing.
A lot
A
of
lot of
teams
teams
ain't
ain't gonna
gonna,
want to,
They ain't gonna
they're
they're
take
not
not
him.
gonna
gonna want to
mess with
mess
it.
with it.
So
So,
Not gonna lie.
um,
um,
It's crazy.
yeah, I
yeah, I
mean,
mean,
we'll
we'll
see. I
see.
mean,
I
you
mean,
got
you
the
got the
FBI,
FBI,
the
the
dude
dude
Cash
Cash
Patel,
Patel,
man.
man.
I mean,
I
we
mean, we
want the
want the
Epstein
Epstein
files, but draws,
You
but he
worrying
worrying
about these
about these
parlays,
parlays.
so
So
let's
let's
figure it
figure it
out
out
along the
along the
way.
way.
Stephen A. Stephen A.
Stephen A.
Smith
Smith
seems to
seems to
believe
believe
that
that
Trump
Trump
has a
has a
bone to
bone to
pick
pick
with the
with the
sports
sports
leagues due
leagues
to
due to
his
his
history
history
trying to be an owner, trying to uh I think he tried to own the Bills or something in the past and got, shut out by the league. And then obviously
Yeah,
the
he could be trying to get
history
into
he's
owners. Yeah, you're right. I can
so
see that.
he seems to believe that there's a bone to pick that Trump has with the leagues and that there's more coming. He even told the WNBA to watch out. Like, damn, who's illegally betting?
Oh no, bro. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's if everybody's
Caitlin Clark, you telling me she sat out last year because of insider trading and sports gambling? Like, come on, WNBA. But you never know. I mean, I do say that, to touch on what you spoke on about, the moral side of it. To me personally, and we were athletes, I feel like, the whole gambling shit stuff kind of really threw a wrench in the integrity of the game because people used to play for the thrill of competing and trying to win a championship,
yeah.
and now you even see it, guys they take the money over trying to be competitive, they with like free agency deals and stuff, or
Yeah.
always wanting to be traded to a team where they don't have to put in as much work. Those were all things that didn't occur in the old era of all sports, not just basketball but football, baseball, what have you. It was more of a, these were the best of the best, and these dudes were,
Nah, bro.
were
That
were trying to compete and take each other out, and they weren't, you know, leaving games early so that they could win on some under bets if that meant they were going to lose a game against a team that they wanted to be competitive against. So I felt like once they, and I used to tell my friends this too, once they un opened the door rather of the sports gambling and legalized it, and got all the sponsorships and stuff like that, I told my friends, like, get ready to say goodbye to sports as you knew it and say
yeah.
hello to the WWE of sports, where now it's going to be like these, narratives that are pushed. It's going to be these agendas that are pushed behind, you know, the brands. That's why, the sports books signing deals with these teams.
Yeah.
Like, why did FanDuel got to sponsor NFL teams? Why?
I think I think
If they're not in bed and trying to, like I said, push their own narratives, push their own agendas, and have some form of control. So yeah, I mean, it's a slippery slope. I think that something needs to be done, or I think that something's probably going to be done, definitely should be done about it, because you don't want to lose the integrity of these sports, man. I mean, you already got people thinking stuff's rigged. You already
I was
got
about to
people.
say, isn't the integrity kind of already lost? I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
that's
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
trust a lot of sports.
Even before all of this, you had people thinking, yo, something ain't right.
Football has, yeah. NFL
Something
had the
ain't right,
weekend off. Yeah.
and so now you got this going on. It's like, y'all got to do something. You got to show your fans that this is not what it is. And the way you do that is by coming in hard, and enforcing punishment, and maybe even different regulations. One of the things that I've thought is perhaps we get rid of the props.
Yeah.
Perhaps player props is just too much. We can go back to money lines, overs and unders,
Yeah, I miss the
spreads.
old school, the spread.
But
I
when
see
you
what you're
start,
talking about.
because I think Acho posted it earlier. He's like going off about Emmanuel Acho, that is formerly of FS1. Um, he was like, going in on the Terry Rozier, and he's like, if you're betting on Terry Rozier, you probably got bigger problems anyway. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're like, if you put in prop bets for,
Oh
for
yeah, that's a
nigga,
fact, bro.
what I mean?
That's a
Like,
fact, bro.
Reed Shepard 3 pointers, on your parlay. Like, you should have went to bed anyway. So I feel like that'd be a start. That would be a start to show people, at least if they did it like suspended it indefinitely while they worked on ways to regulate it and stuff like that. We're going to suspend indefinitely player prop bets. You can still gamble, but you need to go old school. Who's
It's
winning?
gonna be
Are
like
they, are they winning? Are they winning by the spread, or are they covering the spread, and how many points? And go back to that, at least, for the time
it's
being,
gonna
while
it's
they try
gonna
to
it's
figure it
gonna
out.
yeah. It's gonna be like weed. It's about to become a federal national like mess in terms of all the regulations that people are dealing with right now. The growers and stuff that I'm kind of familiar with, they tell me all the same thing as far as like, man, it's hard to go state to state legally
Yeah,
because they're still trying to figure out the ways to, you got companies trying to finagle their way in. And I can see owners, you see your boy Balmer out there with the tree deals and everything else to try to figure out their cap spaces. So don't let it end up being something where the owners are involved with
come on.
any type of, come on. you
Come
know,
on. I
You've
mean,
already got
you've already got people out there in the
yeah,
reporting world, if you will, laying the foundations for that stuff being included. Like you said, Ballmer and the Kawhi issue was about a month ago. You had that. That was a scar for the NBA.
right.
Now you got this. Now you got people trying to tie this to the sale of the Lakers. The genie bus
Salute
knows
Craig. Yeah,
the
salute
genie
Craig.
bus knows something, and that's why she said, you know what, Mark, you want the Dodgers, you can take the Lakers too. Because she didn't want to be around for this. Like so,
Facts.
because why would you sell the Lakers? You're not 80 years old on your deathbed. Why would you sell the richest NBA franchise?
And they
Why
just
you
told
why
you
you
this, yeah.
why you got
They just
LeBron
told
and
you the
Luka
story, right?
in uniform? Why would you do
Yeah.
that? What would
And they
make you
just
want to
told
do
you,
that?
they just told you, look, she don't feel like doing it. I'm like,
The biggest brand in
somebody
probably
feel
the
like doing it. Yeah, that's
probably the biggest brand in all of American sports, if not definitely in the top five. You're in your mid 40s and you the owner, but it's just too much for you.
I mean, I don't know,
So
man. I mean, I think
and
so.
I don't know if Jeannie Buss is in her mid 40s. Maybe she's not. You're not supposed to guess a woman's age. She looks good for her age. If she's not, I'm gonna look it up now. Oh, she's in her mid 60s. So,
Man,
well, Jeannie, if you hear this, I think you still look 40. So
you know who?
you see
You know
my
who
hands,
look?
baby.
Hey, man, you know who? You know who look 40, bro? I'm gonna keep it real, man. This is off the mic. You know how huge of a fan I am of James Harden, bro. I'm gonna put it out there on wax again. James
Hmm.
Harden is one of my favorite players. It's time, brother. It's time for James. I think it's time for Dame too.
Well,
Um,
Dame basically went to have his hiatus in
go
Portland. He's
retire in
gonna recover.
Portland.
I got
This
some
yeah.
I got some intel on that situation about his decision for choosing to go to back to Portland. Had to do with his kids, and basically like co-parenting. With his children's
No, but
mother
I'm
had
saying
been
no,
difficult, so he went
but
back there
I'm
to
saying
rest it up.
Dame could come back from his injury and he could give me 10 minutes in a Trailblazer uniform and be like, okay, y'all,
Yeah,
and
he'll play.
standing ovation me, bro. I'm cool on Dame
He'll
for
probably
whatever, really.
he'll probably hang it up. I mean, you can see now he's not ring chasing. He's coming back
Rest.
from a very serious injury, so he might, like I said, he might just be doing his. You know what? If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do it where
I
where I
just see
was
the
at.
league. Yeah, I just see the league. I'm watching. I'm watching the first day and a half or so of basketball, and I'm not obviously overreacting off the first game or whatever, but just as far as like the youth men of the league, I'm not trying to see guys be trying to look like they hanging around. I'm damn near, Rockets fan right here, damn near KD, bro. Like KD, like this is your window right here because I don't want to see old ass. I don't want to see old KD. I don't want to see players hooping old.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
that's for the
Kevin's in that bag where he's gonna have that opportunity just because of his skill set. And
take that to the big three, bro.
he's not
Ice
going
Cube
to.
can use all Ice
And
Cube can use all
Kevin,
that, bro.
this is too much of a competitor and
Since
love
look,
ball.
they're
He's not gonna. He's not gonna.
betting on the big three, making the big three look bad. The NBA is the one that's going through all this turmoil. If watch, this might be a blessing because watch around and have a federal shutdown on the
Kevin Durant,
NBA.
Kevin Durant is going to sign an extension with Ime Udoka, and he's going to
KD the big three, bro.
more than likely bring a championship to Houston, specifically if they can find themselves a true point guard. I feel like that Fred VanVleet injury might hit them a little bit harder than they thought. And I think that before the deadline, they'll probably be in the market for some type of serviceable point guard that can come
I'm
in there and
hearing,
help
I'm
stabilize
hearing.
things.
I heard Mike Conley today. I don't like that.
I do. That's the perfect type of point guard they need because
I
they don't
no.
need a shoot first, score first, any type of point guard like that. They need a point guard that can control pace. They need a point guard that's not going to turn the ball over and that's looking to get other guys involved, specifically Kevin, Shingun, and Amin Thompson. But what did I tell you they was going to roll out as a lineup when we talked about this
You said they
during
was
season
you said
one?
that there was
I told you KD was going to be at the two. Because when you got
That's
all those
nasty.
when you got all those defenders around him, you can really let him cook. So that's why I said that Van Fleet injury is really they're gonna have to act on that because you want to keep KD in that number two with all that size and length around him. So pause. But
I cannot disagree with that anymore. I think first of all, I told you when we were talking about this thing with KD, bro. The only way it works is if he takes the Chet Holmgren role of, okay, I'm here when you need it. I really need to play defense for y'all, and just use use that his the fact that he's so tall, because now you got Jabari Smith taking the back seat, and he's an up and coming, promising player. Evan Mobley potential. I say Evan Mobley potential, not to say that Evan, like the way they're talking about Evan Mobley, they should be talking about Jabari Smith. And I feel like
They probably will. With winning comes
that.
that. You got to understand. Evan Mobley's team won the most games in the NBA last year. That's how they started talking about him. But before that, he was just an all-star. So again, winning success brings all of that commentary. You know this. They don't talk about teams that are losing.
He pushes Jabari Smith out of the way with those looks. And
no different than who's been the fan favorite this summer as a player that they want to talk about outside of the big names, Steph, LeBron, Curry, and all that. Who's been the up and coming name that they've no skipping him? Şengün. They've been riding his all summer. Exactly. And the reason they're saying that is because look who just came on the scene. You were the number 2 team in the West last year, and you just got the best ISO scorer in the league. Added to your team.
You had an ISO scorer in the league the first time with James Harden. It didn't work. It didn't work when you had that going on in Houston. And I know it's a different coach and it's a different culture, but it's the same situation, man. If you're talking about,
it's nowhere near the same. It's nowhere near the same.
The ball. Think about it.
Those lineups alone, they had Chris Paul, James Harden. Who was the 3? Was it Ariza?
No, we had
It was Ariza.
It was Ariza, but Gerald Green used to come in.
But who started? It was Ariza.
For a lot of time, it was Ariza started with Harden early, and then it ended up being Gerald.
When y'all had Chris Harden,
we had Chris Paul, it was Gerald Green,
and then Capella was the center, correct?
Capella was a 5, and PJ was a 4.
PJ, and then you had Ariza. That was the 5.
A bunch of non-shooters, and then
that was the 5. Chris Paul's 6'1", 200-pound donut-looking ass. James Harden out of shape ass.
Chris Paul would be perfect.
Trevor Ariza, PJ, and Clint Capella.
I like Chris Paul.
Now you got Amin Thompson, 6'7". You're already at the 4 of the starting 5 of the Harden era at 6'7" with the point guard. Then you go 6'11" KD. Then you got Jabari.
It's nasty.
Then you got Şengün. Then you throw Steven Adams in there.
Steven Adams gets in
there. It's not even the same.
Anything on offense, he's standing there.
He don't need to. Then
he's just standing there.
Flip that. Get off the court. Go to the bench. Mike D'Antoni, Ime Udoka. It's night and day. It's a new era in Houston right now. This is not hard. This is not Harden's era. This is not similar to Harden's era. This is a complete shift from Harden's era, in my personal opinion. Especially when you watch them play against OKC, that ball was moving as much as it could until you could see KD was getting a little frustrated because they don't have a true point guard. So that's why I think
the Rockets need a point guard.
Absolutely. I think the Rockets know they need a point guard.
So who's the point guard that's going to the Rockets? Because you kind of just said two different things. First of all, you just said that you like and predicted the big lineup with Amon playing the 1. I said from the jump that was a bad idea.
I didn't predict him playing the 1. I had Fred VanVleet at the 1. I had KD at the 2. And I said even though VanVleet got hurt, they still kept KD at the 2.
I was
you want KD at the 2. You were telling me KD was going to play the 3 or 4. And I was telling you no. Ime Udoka had that team without Kevin, the number 2 in the West. You see how stacked the West is annually. So when you get Kevin Durant, you're not going to stuff him at the 3. You got him for a reason. You're the 2. You're my scorer. Yes. Okay, man. Okay. Who on that team? Who on that team are you trusting to get a bucket over Kevin Durant with a straight face?
Şengün. But if you're talking about getting a bucket, my get a bucket don't gotta be.
So you're gonna put Şengün at the 2?
That's what I'm saying. The 2 is not get a bucket no more. Your 2 guard just get shots up. And if you got somebody,
my point. Who on that team do you want getting shots up
I don't want KD
Kevin
Kevin
playing
Durant.
a
Durant,
high
Kevin
volume
Kevin
shooter.
Durant
Durant
has
I
has
don't want
averaged
averaged
KD playing a high
25
25
volume
points.
shooter.
points,
Has
has
averaged
averaged
25
25
points,
points,
shooting
shooting
over
over
50%
50%
from the
from the
field,
field,
15
15
years.
years.
With efficiency, because he shoots with efficiency,
Bro,
bro.
Bro,
the
the
only
only
other
other
person that,
person
what's
that,
up,
what's up,
nephew?
nephew?
The
The
only
only
other
other
person
person that has done that
is
is
Shaquille
Shaquille
O'Neal.
O'Neal.
Who
Who
was
was
shooting
shooting
closer
closer
to the
to the
basket?
basket?
Shaq.
Shaq.
So
So
you
you
understand
understand
why
why
he
he
was
was
getting
getting
50%
50%
or
or
higher.
higher.
He's
He's
dunking
dunking
at
at
7
7
foot
foot
200,
200,
or
or
even
even
more
more
than
than 200,
200,
350 pounds, whatever he was.
Okay.
Okay.
Kevin
Kevin
Durant,
Durant,
6'11",
6'11",
a
a
buck
buck
85.
85.
He's
He's
not
not
going in the
going in the
paint
paint.
unless it's a
All the
fast
reasons
break.
why I don't need him dominating the
But
But
basketball.
why is
why
he
is he
shooting
shooting
50%
50%
from
from
the
the
field?
field?
Because
Because
he's
he's
nice.
nice.
So
So
yes,
yes, I want him putting the
in
ball in the basket,
bro,
bro,
over
over
these
these
young
young
cats.
cats.
I
I
want him
want him
showing
showing
them
them
the
the
way.
way.
I
I
want him
want him
leading the
leading
way.
the way.
You
You
can
can
see
see
it
it
on
on
Monday
Monday
night.
night,
Or
or
was it
was it
Tuesday
Tuesday
night?
night?
You
You can see
Kevin
Kevin
Durant
Durant already rubbing
off
off
on
on
Shingun,
Shingun,
already
already
rubbing
rubbing
off
off
on
on
But
Jabari,
you
Jabari,
saw
and
he
the
didn't
way
take
and their
shots. You saw he
mannerism.
didn't take a lot of shots toward the end of the game. You saw second half, he only got up like 4 shots between
Who?
both
Who?
overtimes. KD.
Why
Why do you think that is?
Because of what I'm telling you, man. Because
What do
he's
you?
What do
gonna
you?
play the chill role. He's
No,
gonna
No,
have to
it's
let
it's
the
because
because
ball.
Oklahoma
Oklahoma
He
City,
got
City,
to
which
which
was
trust
was
the
the
him.
best
best
defensive
defensive
team
team
in
in
the
the
NBA,
NBA,
knew
knew
how
how
to
to
put
put
Lou
Lou
Dort
Dort
on
on
him
him
in
in
trap,
trap,
and they
and they
don't
don't
have a
have a
real
real
point
point
guard
guard
that can
that can
So Lou Dort
execute
is
execute
the
pace
oh,
pace
so
and
and
get
KD.
get
him.
him,
Bro,
So
bro.
Christian, just so I know this, your uncle just told me that Lou Dort is the KD stopper because apparently all you gotta do is put Lou Dort on KD.
I
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
only
only
put
put
Lou
Lou
Dort on
Dort on
KD,
KD,
but
but
Lou
Lou
Dort
That's
Dort
what
is
he
the
is the
was saying.
primary.
Lou
Lou
Dort's the
Dort's the
primary
primary
ball
ball
defender
defender
on
on
KD
KD
that
that
game,
game,
and
and they were having the trap. You have
Chet
Chet
in
in that back.
You
You
know
know
OKC
OKC
knows how
knows
to
how to
play
play
team
team
defense,
defense,
bro.
bro.
So
So they can trap and take a player out of a game. So when you don't have anybody else on that team and you don't have a
Yeah.
real point guard on that team that's gonna execute offense, or excuse me, efficiently execute offense and run pace,
then
then you can have
KD
KD
getting
getting
boxed in
boxed
the
in the
corner
corner
and
and
Shingun
Shingun
just at
just
the
at the
top of the
top of the
key
key
trying
trying
to
to
figure it
figure it
out.
out.
You'll
You'll
have
have
that.
that.
That's
That's what you'll have.
Get
Get
you
you a Mike Conley that can run that pick and roll with
Shingun
Shingun whenever Lou Dort want to take KD out.
Okay.
Then watch KD start springing
free
free and catching them wide open kickouts and hitting that motherfucker with the splash. That's still the easy money sniper, bro. Ain't nothing changed.
Name a
Name a
player
player
that
that
came
came
back
back
from
from
an
an
Achilles
Achilles
better
better
than
than
Kevin
Kevin
Durant.
Durant.
And
That's
I'm a
true,
Kobe
right,
and I'm
man.
a Kobe fan. You know
this.
Almost
It's
put
gonna
the
sound
beam
like
on today. We would have beat
Golden State. I was
going
gonna
to
wear
Kobe
on this episode, but the Lakers gotta give me a win before I represent them.
And
And
who
who
came
came
back
back
from
from an Achilles better than Kevin?
It's a lot of
What
players.
player?
That's a good
No,
question.
no.
What player tore his Achilles
And
and
after he came back
was still as efficient and good as Kevin Durant is right now? You name them.
Adrian Peterson.
No, we're talking about basketball.
And
Adrian Peterson didn't tear his Achilles. He blew his fucking ACL.
Knee out. Lose ACL. I mean, the Achilles is hard. I mean, I think.
And
the only reason I bring that up,
different now.
BJ, is
Tatum,
because
Tatum might come back with the Achilles strong.
The
the only reason that I bring that up, Tatum's gonna try, but we'll see. And then you know I'm a Dookie, so I fuck with Tatum. Only reason I bring that up is because that speaks to Kevin's pedigree as an offensive guru. Because he don't have to be explosive as he was before the Achilles. He don't have to be slashing the lane and dunking like he could have before the Achilles. Because he's still such a good shooter. Because he still has that range and that long arm span, wingspan, and can get that shot. He is still as good today as he was before. So if you know you have that, and he has the poise, the pedigree of a champion, a former MVP, all of these things, and you got him around these babies, and you made Udoka top 3 coach in the NBA, if you ask me, why on earth would you not empower him to be what he's been basically the entire part of his career?
Let me ask you this question. All right, I got one last question to talk about the Rockets, and then I want to talk about the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
One question I got about Houston. You mentioned this when KD got originally signed or traded rather to the Rockets. What I was saying was this: I still believe in Reed Shepherd. So with Reed Shepherd, that pick and roll and all of that stuff makes sense. Argument is this: if KD with his. I mean, it's gonna sound like I'm hating, bro, but for real, KD is so nice. But you can't. Father Time is undefeated one. I don't want Kevin Durant to be my high volume shooter, the person that has to initiate offense
Hmm.
at his age.
Hmm.
So even to your argument, Brian, isn't it smarter for KD for us to use him as an option where if he's standing on the corner, he can bail us out of any broken down plays. Um, Sengun is going to be the number one option, similar to a Jokic
BJ,
similar
BJ,
vibe. So
BJ,
BJ.
why not? So why is KD not a better version of Michael Porter for that system?
BJ.
BJ.
In a system that they're going to run to try to match. And remember, you're trying to match OKC, bro. You're trying to run up and down. You got to run with this team.
Hmm.
I don't need KD to run for 82. I need KD to play super duper half court. I love the efficiency.
So
So
are you
are you
gonna
gonna
play
play
super?
super?
Are you
Are you
gonna
gonna
play
play
super
super
duper
duper
half
half
court with
court with
Amin
Amin
Thompson
Thompson
at
at
your?
your?
he's pushing. Amon is pushing. In my life, Amon is pushing. If you're gonna have him run the one, even if not, similar to I think. Like, ask you this, okay? Talk about another player, completely different subject, but the same situation. Cooper Flag. You like him at
Hmm.
the point guard? Yes or no?
So let
So
me
let me
break it
break
to
it
you
to you
down
down
like
like
this.
this.
Fred
Fred
Van
Van
Fleet was
Fleet was
supposed to
supposed
be
to
the
be the
point
point
guard
guard
for
for
the
the
Houston
Houston
Rockets.
Rockets.
There was
There
an
was an
injury.
injury.
So
So
Ime
Ime
Udoka
Udoka
trying to
trying to
make,
make, you know,
adjustments, if
adjustments,
you
if you
will.
will.
I would
I would
say
say
experimenting
experimented
with
with
Thompson at
Thompson
the
at the
one, and I
one, and I
think he'll
think
do
he'll do
that for
that
a
for a
little bit
little
of
bit of
time and
time and
see how
see
he
how he
grows, see
grows,
how
see
he
how he
develops and
develops and
stuff
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
I
I
do
do
believe
believe
that they're
that
going
they're
to
going to
give
give
Reed
Reed
Shepard an
Shepard an
opportunity
opportunity
at
at
some
some
point
point
before
before
they
they
would
would
try to
try to
explore
explore
options
options
outside of the
outside of the
club.
club.
Dallas,
Dallas,
Cooper
Cooper
Flag.
Flag.
We
We
all know
all
who
know
their
who their
point
point
guard
guard
is.
is.
Our
Our
uncle.
uncle.
He,
When he
When he
comes
comes
back
back
from
from
injury,
injury,
which is
which is
this
this
year.
year,
See,
see,
Fred Van
Fred Van
Fleet's not
Fleet's not
coming
coming
back this
back this
season. He's
season. He's
not.
not.
so Kyrie's the point guard for Dallas.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay, okay.
And if
And
he's
if he's
not,
not,
their
their
point
point
guard
guard
hasn't
hasn't
got there
got there
yet.
yet.
We'll
We'll
talk
talk
about that
about
in a
that in a
minute.
minute.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, Kyrie not playing, so we could skip that conversation. But I'm saying Cooper Flag playing the one.
I don't
I
like.
don't
I
like.
don't. I don't. I
I
don't
don't
think
think
that
that
Cooper
Cooper
Flag
Flag
playing the
playing the
one
one
is
is
very
very
um,
um,
beneficial
beneficial
for
for
his
his
development,
development,
and
and
that's why
that's
I'm
why I'm
glad that
glad
he's
that
not
he's
going to
not
be
going to be
doing
doing
it
it
for an
for an
extended
extended
period of
period of
time.
time.
Amin
Amin
Thompson,
Thompson,
we
we
don't
don't
know.
know.
As it
As it
stands
stands
right
right
now,
now,
he's
he's
their
their
point
point
guard
guard
until they
until
make
they make
another
another
move
move
or
or
whatever the
whatever the
case may
case
be.
may be.
Because
Because, like I said,
their
their
injured
injured
point
point
guard's
guard's
not
not
coming
coming
back.
back.
So
So
they're
they're
either
either
going to
going to
have to
have to
make a
make a
move
move
or
or
make an
make an
adjustment.
adjustment.
Dallas,
Dallas,
for all
for
we
all we
know, is
know,
just
is just
saying, you know
saying, you know
what,
what,
Cooper,
Cooper,
show
show
us
us
what you
what you
got.
got. You know,
We got
we
we
got
got
Kai
Kai
and
and them
them
coming
coming
back.
back. You know,
Show us
show
what
us
you
what
got.
you
Because
got.
here's
Because
the
here's the
thing,
thing,
So
D'Angelo
why
D'Angelo
bring
Russell.
Russell.
D'Lo in? Why
That's
bring
That's
my
my
D'Lo
point.
point.
in?
D'Angelo
D'Angelo
Russell's on
Russell's
that
on that
team. So
team,
you
so
don't
you
think
don't think
Jason
Jason
Kidd would
Kidd
have
would
been
have
like,
been
you know
like, you
what,
know what,
D'Lo,
D'Lo,
you
you
want to
must
start?
start?
No,
No,
he
he
wants to
wants to
see.
see.
Maybe they're
Maybe they're
trying to,
trying to,
throw him
throw
into
him
the
into the
fire.
fire.
Get him,
Get him,
See what see what happens.
that's
that's
the way I
I
look at
Cooper
Cooper
Flag at
Flag
the
at the
point
point
guard.
guard.
When I
When
look
I
at
look at
Amin
Amin
Thompson at the
Thompson at the
point guard,
point
I
guard, I
look
look
at
at
no.
no, this team if they get a true point can be a
championship
championship
team
team because Amin Thompson has a
design
design role
if
if you take him out of that point guard spot already. He proved it last year at the National Basketball Association level.
Cooper
Cooper
Flag was
Flag
at
was at
Duke.
Duke.
Cooper
Cooper
Flag was
Flag
at
was at
Duke
Duke
last year.
last year.
For all
For
we know,
all we know,
he
he was
was
playing
playing
point there too.
You know,
He brought the ball down the court a lot of times
at
for
Purdue.
Duke. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they're trying to tap into that and see if that can't help get him started. Plus, you already know they're pushing the LeBron comparison narrative with him anyway. So him being the point guard and being the one that facilitates offense and everything like that kind of grows into that. So I'm not putting too much stock in this looking at Cooper Flag at point guard right now.
All right, I got one last question for you, NBA, and then I got a hot take on some NFL.
I was about to say it's still NFL season. You see the
I
hat.
know we got NFL. I can't wait to not talk about it. I hate football right now, but
I
I
don't.
don't. I think we're about to witness greatness.
And
And we'll talk about
back
it in
to
a minute.
who
Go ahead.
for your Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say one name, and I just need you to give me your honest opinion about this player. All right. I do think that Luka's gonna potentially be in an MVP conversation, so that's a given. One guy talk about him. What the fuck are you guys talking about with DeAndre Ayton, bro? Like,
Like I
is
said,
this real? Is this
Change.
serious?
listen,
Is it
listen,
real?
listen.
Okay.
Okay,
I
You a
told.
Lakers fan? See,
I
I
told.
fuck with
I
LeBron too.
Listen.
Now you
listen,
gotta talk about
Listen.
listen.
your Lakers.
I
I
told
told
y'all
y'all
about my
about my
boy
boy
Mark
Mark
Walter
Walter
in
in
previous
previous
episode
episode
about what
about
he
what
was
he was
doing with
doing
my
with my
Dodgers,
Dodgers,
and you
and you
see
see
who's
who's
playing
playing
Friday night
Friday
in the
night in the
World
World
Series.
Series.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so just
Nasty times.
just
just
trust me
trust me
when I
when I
tell you
tell you
about my
about my
dog
dog
Mark,
Mark,
man.
man.
He
He
sees what's
sees what's
going
going
on.
on.
Change is
Change is
coming,
coming,
Laker
Laker
Nation.
Nation.
Don't
Don't
you
you
worry.
worry.
Change
Change
is
is
coming.
coming.
LeFraud
LeFraud
James,
James,
Rich
Rich
Paul,
Paul
Clutch, don't
Clutch,
come
don't
for
come
me.
for me.
Are we off, Bron?
Where you
Where
been
you been
at,
at,
B?
B?
I mean, come on, man. Yo, that I know you mad because you're not playing.
Bro,
Bro,
I
I
have
have
wanted
wanted
this
this
dude
dude
off of
off
my
of my
team.
team
About as
about
long
as
as I
long as I
wanted
wanted
Hardball
Hardball
off
off of
my
my
other
other
team.
team.
I'm
I'm
done with
done with
it.
it.
I'm
I'm
done
done
with
with
the
the
hooplas, the
hooplas, the
soap
soap
opera.
opera.
I was
I was
done
done
with
with
it
it when he didn't
want
want
to
to
trade
trade
to
to
get
get
Miles
Miles
Turner and
Turner
them
and them
boys.
boys.
He didn't
He
want to
didn't want
give
to
up
give up
his
his
boy
boy
Russ.
Russ.
Come to
Come to
find
find
out,
out,
Russ
Russ
don't
don't
even
even
like
like
him.
him.
Why you
Why
ain't
you ain't
trade him
trade
for
him for
the,
the
for the,
for the
for
for
the
the
package
package
then?
then?
Yeah.
He don't
He
even
don't even
like
like
you.
you.
So
So
this
this
whole
whole
he
he
runs
runs
this, the
this, the
whole
whole
I'm
I'm
done with
done
it,
with
bro.
it,
To
bro.
be
To be
honest with
honest
you,
with
I
you,
don't
I
even
don't even
want no
want no
Clutch
Clutch
Sports
Sports
clients
clients on the team.
You know
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying?
Like I'm
I'm
cool with
cool
all
with
of
all of
that.
that.
I'm
I'm
cool with
cool
the
with the
whole
whole
thing,
thing,
bro.
bro.
Get
Get
me
me
boys
boys
that
that
just
just
or
or
men,
men,
excuse me,
excuse
that
me,
just
that
want
just
to
want to
hoop,
hoop,
and they
and they
done with
done
the
with the
charade
charade
and the
and the
soap
soap
opera,
opera,
man.
man.
So
So
no,
nah,
I feel
I
like
feel like
LeBron
LeBron
said
said
this.
this.
We
We
talked
talked
about it
about it
how
how, you know,
in
in
season
season
one,
one,
how
how, you know,
go
go
back
back
to
to
the
the
East,
East,
East
East
wide
wide
open.
open,
Go to
go
New
to New
York,
York,
bring
bring
them a
them a
chip.
chip,
Go
go
back
back
to
to
Cleveland,
Cleveland,
retire at
retire at
home.
home.
Hell,
Hell,
go
go
to
to
Boston
Boston
and
and
replace
replace
Tatum
Tatum
injured
injured
for a
for a
year.
year.
Get a
Get a
ring for the
ring for the
Celtics, or
Celtics,
try
or
to
try
win a
to
ring
win a
for the
ring for the
Celtics.
Celtics.
I don't
I don't
know,
know.
but
But
whatever you
whatever you
do,
do,
you don't
you
need
don't
to
need
do
to
it in
do it in
Los
Los
Angeles
Angeles
anymore.
anymore.
Sitting on
Sitting
the
on the
sideline
sideline
pouting and
pouting and
shit. The
shit. The
boys in
boys
there
in there
trying to
trying to
beat
beat
Golden
Golden
State
State
Tuesday
Tuesday
night.
night.
You over
You over
there,
there,
just
just
sitting
sitting
over
over
there,
there,
just
just
disengaged.
disengaged. You
Like
know, like
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
done,
it
done,
bro.
did.
bro.
It
I'm
did.
I'm
It did.
done.
It
done.
did. I
I'm
didn't.
I'm
done,
done,
bro.
bro.
I'm
I'm
done
done
with the
with the
shit,
shit,
bro.
bro.
I'm
I'm
so
so
freaking
freaking
done with
done with
LeBron
LeBron
I
James,
James,
was
bro.
bro.
not a
I'm
fan.
I'm
so
I
so
done
was
with
done
him,
with
not a
man.
LeBron.
fan.
I
I
have
have
wanted this
wanted
man.
this man.
It's not
It's
even
not
that I
even that I
want him
want
on
him
my
off my
team.
team.
I'm ready
I'm
for
ready
him to
for him to
hang
hang it
up.
up.
Get out
Get
the
out the
league,
league,
bro.
bro.
That he sound now. You sound like what I was saying.
Go
Like
be
Go
an
be an
investor,
time
investor,
for
bro.
the
bro.
Go,
old
Go,
niggas
go,
to
go,
get off the
bro.
court.
bro.
Go
It's
Go
time
get.
get
for the
it.
old niggas to get
See,
off
See,
the
but
court.
here's
When
my
you go to
thing.
the court, when you go to the basketball court, tell me that's not how people feel, bro.
Here's my
Here's my
thing,
thing,
though.
We
though.
was young and them old niggas used to stay on the court. They used to stay even if y'all was winning.
Here's my
Here's my
Let some
thing.
of
thing.
the young, let some of the young boys get some smoke.
Here's my
Here's my
thing.
thing.
The
The
Steph
Steph
Currys
Currys
don't
don't
bother
bother
me.
me.
The
The
Kevin
Kevin
Durant's
Durant's
don't
don't
bother me.
bother me.
Because you
Because
can
you can
see the
see the
true
true
love for
love
the
for the
game
game
right
right
there.
there.
To
To
me,
Stenzel
me,
have to be taking up space too,
to
bro.
to
me,
me,
with
with
LeBron,
LeBron,
not
not
saying
saying
he
he
don't
don't
love the
love the
game of
game of
basketball.
basketball.
You
You
obviously
obviously
gotta
gotta
love
love
it.
it.
You
If you
just
just
good, you
good, you
played this
play this
on
on
whatever.
whatever.
But
But it seems to me
now
now
he
he
loves
loves
more of
more of
that.
that
What
what
comes
comes
with it,
with it,
and the
and the
fame and the
fame and the
notoriety and
notoriety
the
and the
attention,
attention,
really,
really,
because he's
because he's
always
always
seeking that
seeking
shit.
that shit.
You know what
You
I'm
know what I'm
saying?
saying?
So for
So for
me, it's
me, it's
like,
like,
bro,
bro,
go be
go
an
be an
owner,
owner,
go
go
be a
be a
real
real
estate
estate
something.
something.
You
You
know,
know,
like
like
just
just
leave,
leave,
bro.
bro.
Get
Get
out the
out the
league, bro.
league, bro.
You don't
You don't
have
have
no
no
more
more
accomplishments. You
accomplishments. You
got the
got the
most
most
points,
points,
assists, all
assists,
these
all these
different
different
awards,
awards,
most
most
all
all
star
star
this,
this
and
and
all.
all.
We get
We
it.
get it.
You
You
came,
came,
you
you
conquered.
conquered.
Hey man, if I'm making $50 million a year to play basketball, I'm not just gonna
Of
walk
Of
away.
course
course
he's
he's
not.
not. Of
But
course,
I'm saying
that's what
the
everybody
love of the
say.
game means I'm not being ready to hog up the
But
court
but
But
at
at
what
what
expense?
expense?
hog up the
What
court.
but at
But
what
at what
expense?
expense? You getting that 50, but you cheating in the game.
You
You
gotta
gotta
load
load
manage.
manage.
You
You
gotta
gotta
skip
skip
nights.
nights.
You
You
gotta
gotta
sit
sit
on
on
the
the
sideline
sideline and
and act
act
disengaged
disengaged
while
while
your
your
team is
team is
fully
fully
invested in
invested in
trying to
trying to
beat
beat
the
the
Golden
Golden
State
State
Warriors,
Warriors,
a
a
team that
team that
normally
normally
when
when
y'all are
y'all are
playing,
playing,
you
you
enthused, you
enthused, you
running
running
around
around
slapping
slapping
people in the
people in the
back of the
back of the
head,
head,
hugging
hugging
Draymond.
Draymond.
What
What
changed,
changed,
bro?
bro?
What
What
changed?
changed?
I agree.
Then
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 Damn.
then
then to
then
see
to see
your
your
name
name
associated with
associated with
all of
all
this
of this
stuff,
stuff,
although
although
it
it
was
was
just
just
Damon
Damon
Jones'
Jones'
relationship with
relationship with
LeBron.
LeBron,
He
he
had the
had the
information.
information.
Okay,
Okay,
well, what
well,
else
what
is
else is
there?
there?
What else
What
are you
else are
not
you not
telling
telling
us?
us?
Did you
Did you
take the
take the
under on
under on
all
all
Bronny's
Bronny's
games
games
last
last
year?
year?
Like
Like
what's
what's
going
going
on?
on?
That's crazy.
So it's like
man.
with me, I'm just, and then that's the thing too, making us draft your son. That didn't improve our roster. Letting you play house.
Damn, so you wasn't feeling Bronny.
It's not that I wasn't feeling brawny. I just didn't like the way it played out. And then the whole,
Like he should have been dropping, 18 points and all that. Something.
you gonna make us draft your son? He need to come do what VJ Edgecombe did last night.
Yeah, get some numbers right. Get some numbers, bro. Yeah.
Come
Punch on some niggas down the lane. Drop a 30 ball.
That's a fact.
Like
Then it's like, oh yeah, we got his son on the team, rightfully so. But when you got him on the team, and in the first game he getting slid by Maxey.
Man.
They licking their chops
how they was licking their chops when Lonzo got to the make. Remember how Pat Bev was on Lonzo game one after LeVar did all that talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pat
Bev was in his stuff, right?
So
listen, man. Listen, bro. And I'm not siding with Stephen A. and the whole LeBron and Stephen A. debate. I don't care about that shit at all. But I understand it from the standpoint that if you're the Los Angeles Lakers and you're a franchise in the National Basketball Association that's supposed to be trying to win championships, which means you're supposed to be trying to improve your team, you tell me that you improved your team by listening to your players say, you have to draft my son, and then actually doing it. And then he doesn't come in and produce. Did he play half the games last year? Like what was it? So
I feel it, bro. Hey, look, as we close out of here, fun to talk hoop. Hey, let's Shy outside because she's allergic to it. As we close out, man, we got into the NBA. The NBA, obviously, my league. I got you kind of geeked up right now, so I do want you to talk about the only team that I kind of care about, and that is the Baltimore Ravens. I need a prediction. Is the playoffs still a possibility for the Ravens?
Yes, sir. And I believe we had this conversation before when I was telling you that we needed to get Harbaugh up out of there, and you asked me, is the season over with? And I said, whoa, I won't go that far. I told you straight up. I said, I won't say all of that. I told you that. And so here we are now, and I'm telling you the same thing. The reports are that the GOAT is back on the field, man. And if you're telling me Lamar's on the field, I'm telling you that man wins over 70% of the games he starts in. And I'm believing that doesn't change the rest of this year. My prediction, or if you want to call it a bold prediction or a hot take, we'll call it that, is that he comes back and reclaims his dominance as the MVP of this league. Because what we were able to see is the Ravens were scoring 38 points a game when he was playing. Albeit they were losing, they were scoring 38 points a game. Since then, they've been scoring 7.
So you think you got him looking like the Cowboys? Like
I have, but here's the thing: the defense has turned it around since he's left. They're not giving up 40. So I have a perfect marriage, and here's the marriage. Obviously, the defense has somewhat woken up. I believe there's some reinforcements coming. Quentin Williams, and they will continue to be successful on the defensive, or more successful on the defensive side of the ball moving forward. I believe the MVP is coming back to reclaim his dominance as the MVP of this league for the offense, and we'll go back to 30-plus points a game. I believe that with the 7th easiest schedule, I believe it is, maybe the 8th easiest schedule remaining, we will prove that by breezing through said schedule. I believe there might be a loss or two in there because we still have 2 games against the Steelers and 2 games against the Bengals. We like to split with division foes.
How many losses are afforded left in the season? 3?
Here's the thing. We're 1-0 in our division. And we got 5 games left. Here's the 5. 2 with the Steelers, 2 with the Bengals, 1 left with the Browns. We're beating Dylan Gabriel. Or Shador. That's a dub. So now we're 2-0 in the division. Let's say we split with the Steelers. 1-1. So now we're 3-1 in the division. What happens with Cincinnati?
With Joe Flacco coming back to town.
If we split, we're 4-2. If we sweep, we're 5-1. Either way, I feel like 4-2 or 5-1 or 4-2 wins this division. And what I think we have is what Baltimore needs. and that is to go to the playoffs without the first round bye, without the big home
with an
field
attitude,
advantage,
with an attitude,
without all of the chips on. Go in that joint, the headhunter.
with an attitude.
Go in that joint, the headhunter. And that's how Baltimore wins their Super Bowls. So if you're asking me my bold prediction is Baltimore's back. The price of the brick is back where it belongs because the MVP's back on the field. He's gonna win. Not win out. I think we might have one, maybe two losses left on the season, but no worse than 10-7 will be our record. That will be good enough to get into the playoffs. And then, like I told you in that episode before, once you get into the dance, I've seen Matt Hasselbeck, nigga. I've seen Russell Wilson twice.
The tournament. Right?
I've seen.
Listen. Once we get in the dance, 0-0.
Well, we gonna get tapped in, man.
Baltimore versus Detroit in San Francisco, February 8th. You heard it here first. Beezy.
And we want our payback in blood.
That's on me,
Look,
man.
Hey, look, man. Y'all heard the man. He goes by BZ. I go by BJR. I got a studio session to get to. So
I gotta get the kids dinner cooked, man, so I can,
yeah.
I can eat too. I'm hungry.
So I'll do the salads, man. I'll sign us off today. Mix it up a little bit. It's your boy BJR. We locked in, man. Love doing this show with you, bro. There's no other person that I would love to talk sports with on air.
Absolutely.
My blood brother. And in a minute, man, we're going to have to do something fun, man. We got to at least get our pick'ems on the show because me, you, Dad, Bryson, and Christian are in this pick'em.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool to get the pick'em on the next show. So we'll do our stuff. But I'm going to sign off, man.
All right, big bro. Love you, babe.
Love.
Get up with you later.
Peace.